is officially here, but we are officially done with the fall decor for this year. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some super cute DIY decor you don't want to miss. So welcome back to my channel, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to be sharing several projects. A few of them are going to be Cricut projects where you do not necessarily need a Cricut to accomplish them. If you guys are new here, thank you so much for joining me today. I would love for you guys to become part of the DIY family by subscribing to my channel and hitting the bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. Again, today's the very last of the fall decor, and then we're gonna jump right into Christmas. So a few Cricut projects and then a few not Cricut projects. And it kind of gives you an alternative of what to do if you don't have a Cricut. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into the first DIY. So this is going to be a really cute autumn garland, and I'm actually going to be using some wood slices that I purchased through Amazon. I paid $17.99 for the pack of 30, so that averages out to about 60 cents for each of the wood slices. Now I did use my design space to create the autumn letters and the leaf as well. I'm going to be using my smart vinyl. This is the white removable vinyl, and then I'm also going to be using this deluxe paper. This one is more for like spring, but it has a lot of prints on it, and I was just kind of skimming through it, and I did find one that I liked that I was going to use for this DIY. The machine that I'm using is the Cricut Maker 3. I do have the regular Cricut Maker, but I really enjoy this one because I can feed my vinyl or my iron-ons with a mat or without a mat. And then again, I am using the removable vinyl on this, and if you guys don't have this machine, it's okay. You guys can use decals or the letter stickers from Dollar Tree. You can always trace them on there and just, you know, color them in. There's so many different alternatives of things that you can do to create this project if you don't have a machine. Speaking of, if you don't have a machine and want one, I do currently have a coupon code that's valid through December 31st, and you can buy any machine with it. So Christmas is coming, let your loved ones know. So let's go ahead and keep going on with this this DIY. You guys saw here, I just glued on my little deluxe paper decal here with the leaf, and I just outlined it just so it's a little more, so it pops a little more. And then I am also using a Dollar Tree fall garland and attaching the wood slices with some twine. This one is super quick and to the point. We're going to be using some acrylic paints. I have one in khaki and one in golden yellow. I will also be using two of these Dollar Tree blocks, and I just gave this a couple of coats of paint, and then I actually kind of like how the wood grain was showing underneath the golden yellow. And then I use these little stump things from Dollar Tree as well as some raffia and just tied it around and added it to be a pumpkin stem. Alright, so you guys can see we're alternating here between non-Cricut and Cricut projects. Here is one super simple Cricut project. Where again you do not need a Cricut to accomplish it. So I'm using one of these Dollar Tree pumpkin plaque thingies. I just removed all the little ornaments off of it and gave it several coats of white paint. And then I'm just going to add some twine on the stem and then glue, or actually I tied around some plaid fabric or buffalo check fabric, whatever you guys like to call it, and then I added that leaf back on there. Once again, I am using my design space to make my letters, and sometimes I can't find fonts that I like, so I make my own uploads from Canva, and then I upload it to Design Space. And then I'm going to be using my Smart Vinyl in black. This is also a removable vinyl, just because if I do decide to repurpose my stuff like I always do. And here's the part where I told you guys you can use a mat or you don't have to. There's also a feeding tray that I have, but I didn't want to bust it out just for this little project. So we went ahead and did without it, and it worked just fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and weed it, and then you guys can see it's already on my transfer tape ready to be put onto my pumpkin. And then I also use these little pumpkins from Dollar Tree and just glued them right on there. And I think those come in a pack of 6 or something like that. This next one is one of my favorites. It's super simple and really cute. I use these wooden cutouts that I purchased through Amazon. They have 50 pieces and they're $19.99, so about 40 cents each. They have these individually at Dollar Tree for $1. I'm also using these Scrabble letters, I guess, that I purchased at Dollar General for a couple of bucks. And then just to add that little piece of fabric that you guys see back there, I'm just using some spray tacky glue to tack it right on there. So to help it stand up, I'm just gonna glue some wooden blocks right in between them, and then I'm also gonna be gluing my letters down, and after that I'm gonna be adding a little stump also for the stem, or yeah, a stem, some more raffia, and just a random fall leaf. Okay, so it's been a couple months since I've made a lantern, so we're gonna go ahead and start with this fall one, or not start, but continue with this fall lantern. And I'm just reusing one that I made for my spring outdoor decor. And these are 4 Dollar Tree frames just glued together to make a box or a lantern shape. And I did give it several coats of white paint. I gotta tell you guys, it does not paint well, so if you guys can use maybe spray paint that's like matte and not glossy, or just be patient with the paint that you use. And then I'm also using this Dollar Tree frame. I just added some black paint to the center and gonna glue it to the bottom of the lantern. So I'm using this Hobby Lobby fall garland that I purchased at Goodwill for $2.99, and this actually had 2 big bundles on there, so it's really nice and full and thick. And you guys can use Dollar Tree. I had this one, why not use it? It looks nice and full and beautiful. And so it's already like in a circle, so I just put it right in there and just kind of fluffed it up a little bit. I added a vase from Dollar Tree and then also a candle and just some little extra fall stems that I had there from Goodwill as well. Next, we're going to be making this front door sign, and it's something that I saw on Pinterest, and I recreated my own version of it. And I did it by using these 2 tall Dollar Tree wooden boards. These have that little pumpkin cutout at the top, which fits perfectly for like the fall theme. And I do have some water mixed with some Dollar Tree acrylic paint to make a stain. So I'm just going to spray it on there and then just wipe it off with a paper towel. Again, I will be using my removable smart vinyl, and I used Design Space to create it. I will actually have the links to all of these printouts or cutouts or whatever you want to call them if you guys are interested in making them. And pretty easy, I just used my transfer tape to transfer it right over. And then on the other piece, I'm just going to make some straight lines because I want to make like a striped sign. So one of the blocks I'll paint white, then leave one stained and then white. And I did just do one coat of paint on here, and I'm just using my Home Depot like house paint. And so I attached them together. I flipped them over and I went ahead and stapled them down with my small staples. These will not go through to the other side, and that's going to keep them together. I didn't want to use hot glue on it because I don't want it to fall apart outside. And then once I'm done putting those together, I am using some leaves from a fall stem from Dollar Tree, just gluing those right on there. And then I had this little raffia bow from a different thing, like a different decor thing that I had, so I glued it right on there, and then use some of the beads, well, not some of the beads, but most of the garland, blah, 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 I don't know what I'm saying. This is a Dollar Tree bead garland. I used some of it to create the little handle or the thing that I'm going to hang it with. Last but not least, and my very favorite, I would love to know which one was your favorite. Down in the comments, let me know. So I'm just reusing this wooden frame that I had from like some decor. It was just laying around, so I repainted it just like the center part. I painted it white. And then I'm also using this little galvanized truck from Dollar Tree. All I painted was the window and the tires. I just painted it with some black chalkboard paint, and I'm gonna kind of center it to where I want it. I also did print out this lettering that says pumpkin patch, and I just used my printer. This is another idea if you guys don't have a Cricut. And then I'm also using some Dollar Tree rub-on transfers. Honestly, I feel like my hand lettering is way better than when I trace the lettering, just because I don't have control of it. I'm having to follow the lines. But the rub-on transfers, super easy. You just cut out, put it onto the board, rub it, and then it'll transfer. Alright, so on this part, you guys saw how I printed it out and then I scribbled on the back. So once you tape it down, you're going to go over it with a pencil, and the reason I scribbled on the back was so that it would transfer over with the force of the pencil marks. So now I'm using some pens. I do have these glass paint pens from Dollar Tree that I absolutely love. The only thing is that the tips are a little bit soft, so when you're doing like fine lines, you don't have a lot of control. I did start out with my Sharpie because the tip is nice and fine, but I started running out of ink, so I actually had to finish off with my glass pen, and it also made my letters a little bit thicker than I wanted, but it's okay. I didn't show it, but I went over it with some sandpaper just to kind of rough it up a little bit. Silly me, I forgot to record this part. You guys can see there's like a hollow end, like in the middle. So I actually glued some wooden blocks on the opposite side, and then I glued the truck on top of that to kind of make it 3D-ish. And then I just added some Dollar Tree florals and a little pumpkin on there. Nice and glued, nothing's gonna move. Thank you guys so much. If you've made it this far, I would love to know which one was your favorite, and if in fact you thought they were really cute and really easy. I don't really have much else to say except thank you. And then also, if you guys haven't followed me on my Instagrams, I do have them linked down below. I have my own personal Instagram where I share, you know, bits and pieces of my life, and then I also have my DIY Instagram that I actually just started. I had to do like a whole revamping. Anyway, my dog really wants to get in here. It's my DIY official page. My dog is going nuts in there. It's my official DIY page where I do share some behind the scenes stuff here, and then also just like uploads of my DIYs. If you've missed any, I would love for you guys to join me over there. Other than that, give me a big thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. And then also questions, comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. I gotta go see what this dog's doing because she's gonna tear my door down.